morning for my truck. It's opening day of gun season. Let's go walk to the stand. I hate this. This is the worst part. I hate hunting in the morning. But look how bright my flashlight is. So bright. Let's go. Let's see what we can find. Oh gosh, my gun slipped. Okay, let's go. I've been hunting in this stand ever since I was little. So every single year. And my dad told me to park somewhere new today. I didn't know where that was. So I just parked in a random spot. So I hope I'm not in the wrong spot. I'm hunting over a big field. And I don't care if I scare them all away. I need to shine my light in the field just to make sure there's no dinosaurs in there. Just kidding. Not really. Oh, God, I hate this. Okay. We're getting to the field. So far, no eyes. But it's a full moon. Don't like that. Don't like that. I don't like this. Don't like this at all. There's eyes. Oh my God, there's eyes. They're sleeping right underneath my stand. I think there's a buck there. Maybe I should just sit here. Oh God, there's so many eyes. Oh my gosh. They're sleeping right here. Can you see them? There they go. Shit. Yep. All right, well, let's see how close I can get. Oh, there they go. Just kidding. Oh, you slimy sons of bitches. All right, well, let's go. Oh, goddamn. Twist my goddamn ankle. We're doing good. We are doing good. Almost there. I think I packed too many snacks. My backpack's getting heavy. Jeepers creepy. Okay, well, I don't see any more eyes. Oh, yes, I do. Oh, no, that's not good. Oh, no. Oh, shit. Oh, yeah. of surprising. I thought today would be a better day. But it's calm. It's quiet. Let's shoot a deer. Let's go. Let's go. Hello. This is me from the future. So I was editing these clips together on my phone, and long story short, I deleted all the videos, the original videos, before I could get it saved properly. And I somehow recovered them, except for this clip that was missing. So I just wanted to kind of fill you in on what was happening before the next clip starts. So this clip was taken Sunday morning as I was walking to my stand in the dark again. Nothing jumped out at me, so you're not missing a whole bunch, but I told the story of how my grandpa Beaver passed away right before deer season, the week before, and how deer season was always kind of important for all of us. He would come down and spend the opening weekend with us at my parents' house, and two of my cousins would also come and join us. And Friday night we would always go out and get fish. We'd come back, we'd play cards, he'd call us a bunch of names. Whenever he would lose, we'd drink, have fun, share stories, things like that. So hunting was always kind of like a fun weekend for us together. So it's kind of fitting that he passed right around this time. So the Thursday night before opening weekend, there was a beaver full moon, and I had never heard of that before. So walking out to my stand Saturday morning, there was not a cloud in the sky. The moon was so full, just lighting up the entire field that I was walking through. So that was really special, and it was very symbolic for me. And it was also really cool because my dad shot a pretty nice buck Saturday night, opening day. My brother also shot a pretty nice buck that night. One of the cousins that hunts out with us, he also shot a buck that night. And then my other cousin, who didn't hunt with us, he also shot a very nice buck when he was off hunting somewhere else. So the next clip is me picking up Sunday morning right around like 9 o'clock. So just fill you in on what you missed. So let's get back to it. Well, it's official. I'm the last one in our group that needs a deer. My younger cousin shot a buck this morning. I didn't see anything. That's fine. So the wind is picking up. It's getting cold. So I think I'm gonna go back home for a little bit. This is probably why I don't see anything. Never out there. It's cold. I'm cold. It's too windy. So maybe I'll try again this afternoon. But I think it's supposed to be super windy. We'll see. But it's not looking good. It is now Friday, the day after Thanksgiving, and I'm going back out. It's about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm going out to a new spot. I'm feeling pretty optimistic about this one. I'm feeling good about tonight. It's about 30 degrees. Not a lot of wind, just a little bit. I'm going to be sitting in a ground blind tonight instead of my stand. Hopefully sitting over a field. Hopefully we'll have a little more action tonight. There's usually a lot of deer out in this field, so just hoping that we're gonna see a big one. I'm due for a good rifle buck. I haven't had one yet, so fingers crossed. Feels like a good night. I brought a book. Usually when I bring a book, I'm not paying that much attention is when I see stuff, so I'm optimistic. I'm throwing all my cards out tonight. This is gonna be it. Let's go. Let's go. Set up this tent for me. I love him. He set up cardboard so I wouldn't step on anything, make too much noise. But this chair, oh gosh, it's so uneven. If I shoot anything, there's a 1000% chance I'm falling off this chair. Wish me luck. Okay, I'm gonna tell some stories since I've got some time. I'm not seeing anything yet. Okay, so my last rifle deer, super embarrassing, 2 years ago. I was sitting in the stand that I was sitting in last weekend, and it's overlooking a shot again, and it kind of trotted off, and I don't know if I was just that excited, but he got lost in the branches that were kind of in the way originally, and I had no idea where this deer went. No idea. Like, I just couldn't see it. I had no idea where this deer went. So I am sitting in my stand for a few minutes before I decide to crawl down and start looking for it. I called my dad up. I'm like, I shot one. Don't know where it went. So I get down there, and I'm in the area where I shot it, and I'm not seeing any blood. And I'm like, what the heck? I know I shot this deer. I saw it buckle. There should be blood. And it's getting pretty dark, and like we just can't see a blood trail anywhere. And my dad's getting mad at me because I didn't follow the deer. Like, I didn't watch where he ran off to, so I have no idea where this deer is. I don't know if he ran in the woods. I don't know if he's out in the field. I no idea. And I was getting really upset because I thought it was this pretty nice deer. I can't find a blood trail, and I'm getting pretty upset. So it's getting dark. We have like 5 people looking for it. We can't find anything. So we're like, okay, you missed it. Bad shot. Try again tomorrow. So we go back out the next day after I get done hunting all morning, and I'm walking along right where I walked last night, and I stumble across a deer I shot, and it was laying like, I don't know how I didn't trip over it that night, right in the middle of the field. So anyway, got that buck. It wasn't like huge. I'd say probably a 2-year-old deer, 2.5-year-old. Not my proudest moment, but it is what it is. You can't eat the antlers like my grandpa says. So last year, I like bow hunting a little bit better. Last year, it was November 8th, I think. So pretty late in the bow season, and I'd seen a couple of bucks earlier in the bow season. I had a lot on my trail cameras, but nothing. I had a pretty nice one come up to me before this, passed it up, and I'm glad I did. So I'm sitting in my stand, and I'm just sitting out there because it's a beautiful day. It was like 70 degrees in November. So I'm just sitting out there. My husband dropped me off, and he's actually gonna go into town and pick up a pizza because he's like, you're not gonna see anything. I don't even know why you're going out. But I just wanted to be outside, so I sat out, and I had just pulled my bow up from the ground. I got settled in and pulled my bow out, and I no more than like 5 minutes after I knocked an arrow, put my release on. I'm sitting there, I'm on my phone. I'm doing something for LinkedIn, actually. They put something on their social media about me. So I'm sitting there typing up this thing for LinkedIn, and all of a sudden I look up, and this buck, this dark, big buck is coming like straight at me. There's no doe, nothing. And it's like 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and it's just trotting straight at me. And I've never shot a deer with my bow before, so like I stand up, and there's like a little island in front of me with like a pine tree and stuff, and he gets behind that, and he's just minding his own business, like not paying attention to anything, and he's coming straight for me, and so I pull my bow back, and he gets in like 15 yards, and I'm pulled back at full draw for probably like a minute and a half before he turns broadside and gives me a shot. And I shot, and he's like right below me at 15 yards max, maybe 10. I hit him. I made a good shot. He does a donkey kick thing, and then this is good light. He kind of trots around the circle, and he's standing back at the woods, kind of where he came out at, which is maybe like 40 yards away, and he's just standing there like he got hit by a car. He's not doing anything, he's just standing there like dazed. So at this point, like I'm shaking so hard because I know I made a good shot, but nothing's happening. He's just standing there. So I call my husband up, and I'm like, Dan, he's not answering the phone. I'm calling him, and he's not picking up. So in my mind, I'm like, well, he's dead in a ditch somewhere, so forget him. So I call my dad, and this deer. I got this buck. It's a nice buck. Come help me. So he's telling me to stay in my stand. He'll be there in an hour, and that's a long time. So, all while this is happening, I'm just watching this deer. Like, my eyes are glued on this deer because I'm like, I don't want this buck to disappear like my rifle buck did this last fall. So I'm just watching him to see where, if he's gonna drop right there, or he's gonna go into the woods. So I'm just watching, and he's just standing there. And now I'm starting to panic. I'm like, oh gosh, did I make a bad shot? Did I miss him? What's happening? What's going on with this deer? Why isn't he doing something? So then after I get off the phone with my dad, I'm just watching him again, and this is like 8 minutes, I don't know, after I shoot, and nothing is happening, and all of a sudden he just like turns and runs off into the woods like nothing happened. And that's when I really start to panic. I'm like, oh no, did I miss? So anyway, I'm sitting up in my stand. I call my grandpa, and my grandma picks up, and I was like, Grandma, guess what? And she's like, you're pregnant. And I wasn't yet at the time. And I just laugh, and I'm like, no, I shot a buck with my bow. Let me talk to Grandpa. And so I can hear him in the background. He's like, Amber's pregnant. And she's like, no. Here, you talk to her. So I told him what happened. And he's like, oh, Jesus Christ. That's what he always said. And he's like, go find that son of a bitch. Send me a picture. And he was really excited for me. So my dad finally showed up, and like 30 minutes later, Dan, my husband, calls me back. He's like, why are you calling me so much? Because I shot a effing deer. And he's like, no, you did. I'm like, yes, I did. Oh, get your ass up here. So after like 45 minutes, both my dad and Dan come up there, and my mom. And so this is like an hour after I shot. So we climbed down. I climbed down, and I showed him where I shot. We found my arrow, and it had dark blood on it. And I was like, okay, at least I know I hit it. And but I can't find a blood trail. I'm scared. I can't find a blood trail. I go back to where it was standing. No blood. Really starting to panic. It's like, I know I hit it. I heard it. So it's, like I said, it's 70 degrees in November. It gets dark at like 4:30, 5 o'clock. We're running out of daylight pretty quick. And we can't find it. I can't find anything. And on a Hail Mary attempt, I go down. There's a creek pretty close by. And I go down there because I'm like, maybe this is where he beds. And I know deer like to bed down. Or bed down if they've been shot. Go back to like their home. So I go down, and I literally tripped over this deer. I don't know how I found it. And it was like, it was honestly a miracle that I found this deer, and I found it, and I screamed, because we were ready to call it a night and go back in the morning and look for it. I found it. It was the most beautiful deer I've ever seen. It wasn't a monster, but it was a good buck for my first bow buck. It was pumped. So anyway, those are a couple of my hunting stories. If I don't see anything out here, I'll come back with some more. So hopefully I don't come back with more, and hopefully I come back with a better story for tonight. So fingers crossed. Let's see something tonight. Well, god darn it, nothing. I saw a couple, probably a dozen does. They're all paired up. It's cold. It got really cold really fast, and it got windier. Someone shot pretty close by to me and spooked all the deer out from around me that I saw, which is a bummer. Not losing hope yet. Just wish a big one would come by tomorrow. Okay, it's the last night of the season. I'm not feeling Should I be reading a scary book while out in the middle of the woods? No, probably not. Am I doing it anyway? Yes, and there's a reason. Keeps me on high alert, checking my surroundings every 2 minutes. It's not super scary, but it's kind of murdery, so... Oh shoot, did you hear that? There's something outside my tent. Oh my gosh, what is that? Somebody's gonna get me right now. I don't see anything. Oh no. Upon further investigation, I couldn't find what it was. It's probably the rare, elusive, invisible dinosaur. They're out here. It's about 4 o'clock. I just had the first 2 deer come out of the afternoon. They came trotting out of the woods, and they are going in the wrong direction. They came out of the woods into the field, but they're going away from me with their tails up, so I'm not feeling too hopeful at this point, but we'll see. I've still got about like 35 minutes of sunlight left. Not feeling great. Not feeling great about tonight. Well, that's a bummer. I had 8 does out in the field tonight, and they're all pretty decent. If we didn't have a couple of deer back home that are being sent in to be processed, I might have thought about shooting one, but I didn't. So that's a wrap on the 21 gun season. Let's see if I can still pull my bow back. Let's try to get another bow buck this year. Bye.